Alright, so here is the video 8.1 translations. Anytime you see the word translation, I want you to think of a slide. You are sliding things, you're sliding figures on the Cartesian plane. So we're just sliding things either left or right, up or down. You're doing a sliding the figure, okay? We're not rotating, we're not flipping, we're just sliding it up or down, left or right, okay? So let's take a look at your homework. I'm gonna go to your worksheet, and let's go to worksheet 8.1 right here, and let's do a few of them that I just randomly selected here. So let's take a look at worksheet 1, problem number 2. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go. So you see it's a translation. We're going to start adding a few words here. We're going to talk about translation, reflection, rotation. So you need to pay attention what's asking. Translation is 1 unit to the left and 2 units up. Simply, all you're doing is moving each of these points. I have point Y, point G, and point M. I am moving each of this point 1 unit to the left and 2 units up. So I'm going to be sliding this little triangle to the left and then up. Okay, so just a quick little slide. So the point Y is going to move 1 unit to the left and then 2 units up, and I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to label this as my Y prime. Okay? And then the point G moves 1 unit to the left and then 2 units up. It ends up right here, and let's label G prime. So we know that that's where it moved to. And the point M, 1 unit to the left and 2 units up, and it ends right here. I'm gonna put M prime. So I call it prime, M, and you put a little tally mark above it like this. We call this M prime. That little mark right there is called a prime. Okay, it's just to differentiate from the original letter M, point M. Okay, now we know the shape is supposed to be just a triangle, so there we go. Our little triangle just slided 1 unit to the left and 2 units up. It's that simple how we do translation. Okay, I'll do 2 more just to make sure we understand the concept. Again, look at number 3. It says a translation 3 units down. So I will concentrate in each of the points, and I'll just move those points down. Point U, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 down. And I'm going to relabel U prime. And then point L, 1, 2, 3 down. We're going to put L prime. And then this is point Q. Move it down 3 units, 1, 2, 3. And it ends right here. We're going to put it Q prime. So now we can connect the dots, the points. And we know that our figure, our triangle, just slided down 3 units. Okay? Let's do one more with two moves. It's number 6, translation. So it's translating, it's sliding 2 units to the right and 3 units up. So we need to do 2 movements here. 2 units to the right and 3 units up. Okay? So I'm going to get point M first. I'm going to move it 2 units to the right. 1, 2, and then 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a dot there, and I'm going to put it M prime. And then point X, 2 units to the right. 1, 2, and 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. So X is going to end up here. We're going to label X prime. And point E, let's move it 2 units to the right. 1, 2, and 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. So point E ends up right here. We're going to label E prime. And J, 2 units to the right. 1, 2, and 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. And J prime is going to end up right here. And there you go. We connect E to J, J to X, J to M, and M to X, just like the original ones. Okay? So there is the shape. Slide it 2 units to the right and 3 units up. And that's all translations are. Now, be able to follow those rules, it's very simple. You're either moving left or right, up or down. I need you to also be able to look at the translation and tell me what was done to it. Okay, so let's go over here to number 7 through 12. It says, write a rule in coordinate notation. So we talked about coordinate notation. Let me go ahead and pick up a piece of paper here. So coordinate notation. It is not in words, okay? So we can do it in words. When we say move 2 units to the right, 2 units to the right, and 3 units down. Well, we just did a little bit, okay? We did 2 units to the right and 3 units down. That is in words. But in coordinate notation, we need to show that with x and y's. So I am going to show that I had an original x and an original y. I had an original point, and then I transformed it. The little arrow is saying I had an original point, and then I transformed it by doing the following rule. The x's, all the x points, I moved it 2 units to the right, so plus 2. This over here, right or left, affects the x values. Okay? So right or left, it will affect the x values. And up or down affects the y values. Okay? It affects the y values. So 2 units to the right, then is x plus 2, and then the y values got 3 units down, so I subtract 3 units. So I have it in words, and I have it in coordinate notation. That's what we want over here. We want coordinate notation. This tells me you move 2 units to the right and 3 units down. Let's do another example so you can see what happens if I say left and up. Okay, so let me do another example in words. And then in coordinate notation. Okay, let's do both. So if I say move, translate 1 unit to the left and 2 units up. Okay, so let's just write that. Translate 1 unit to the left and 2 units up. So I have an original point, x and y. I am going to transform it, okay, I'm going to translate it to the x's are going to either get right or left. Left, then that means minus, okay, 1 unit. And the y's gets ups or downs. So 2 units up. So if I'm going up, I'm going to go plus 2. And that is coordinate notation. So left and right is the x values, and up or down is the y values. It makes sense because if you look at the Cartesian plane, this is the x-axis, and we move to the left or to the right in the x-axis, right? In the x-axis, we move either left or right. And this is your y-axis. And in the y-axis, we either move up or we move down. And think about it. Down is the negative numbers. Up is the positive numbers. So that's why up, I put positive. I put a plus 2. If I'm moving to the right, then I am putting a plus. I'm adding something. If I'm moving to the left, I'm subtracting something. Okay? Because that's what the negative numbers are. That's where the positive numbers are to the right. So it just makes sense because that's what the Cartesian plane is all about. Is positives up or to the right, and negatives is down or to the left. And that is exactly what we get it from here, from the words and how we write in coordinate notation. Now let's go back to our homework. Going back to our homework, it says, write a rule in coordinate notation to describe each transformation. Okay? So I'm going to, I can tell you that the K, I can really not tell you which one is the This is the darker one is the original, and then the lighter one is your prime. The prime little notation is really hard to see, but it is this one. So this one here is my original, and this one is my my transformation. So all I need to do is focus on one point, x, comma, y. All I need to do is focus on one point. I'm going to focus on point K. It looks like I have to go down, and then down one, and then move 2 units to the right. So I just have to go down 1 unit, and then 2 units to the right, and that's how I get to my other K value, my K prime. I'm pretty sure if you do it to the Z, 1 unit down and then 2 units to the right, you arrive at Z prime. So it is the same rule for all of the points. So all I have to do is focus on one, and I find that rule. How do I write in coordinate notation? I don't have room over here, so I'll write it right here. My x and y is 1 point. I pick the point K. I'm going to transform it, which is a translation, to x. I move 2 units to the right, so plus 2. And the y's is up or down. I move down 1 unit, so I subtract 1. And that is my coordinate notation for number 7. Okay? Let's do one more for number 10. Number 10, just pick one point. Let's pick x, comma, y, and then we're going to transform it. Okay? So let's pick point L. It looks like I would have to go down 1, 2, 3, down 3, and then move to the right 1, and to the right 1. Okay? That's all you have to do from L to get to L prime, and you can check it again from point P to P prime. You move 1, 2, 3 down, and 1 to the right. Okay? So this would move. I don't have room to write it over here. Let me write it down here. The axis right 1, so it's plus 1, and the y's is down 3, so minus 3. Okay? So that's what happened right there. So write it in words so you can see, and then go ahead and change it to coordinate notation. And that is how you're going to be doing your worksheet 8.1. Okay? So good luck. Hopefully that helps you. I'm pretty sure you can do the other ones, just seeing how it is slided one side or the other, up or down, left or right. It's just sliding the figures on the Cartesian plane. Okay? So good luck with your homework.